Hello people, so you'll have received a link from me to watch this video. Specifically watch this video because it's all going to make sense to you now. Now I've asked you to download a link. Now that link is to Sober You. Now before I go into this app and before I explain about this app, I want to explain some things about me and about what's brought me to come to working with this company and how I feel it's detrimental to you guys in your recovery. Now, I was 11 years old when I first picked up drugs. Alcohol, cigarettes, weed. By the age of 12 on speed. Ecstasy pills. And by the age of 13 taking coke. Now, I was 36 years when I stopped. 36 years old when I stopped. So it's 25 years with substance abuse. Now, my background is jail sentences. In and out of institutions, been sectioned multiple times, multiple attempts at taking myself to the ground, self-harm, prison sentences, locked up abroad, you name it, 19 convictions, all relating back to, drugs and alcohol misuse, and nowhere to turn. My parents couldn't afford rehab. Tens of thousands of pounds to get into rehab, or you can get funding from the government that you sit years normally on the waiting list. I was been in and out of drug rehabilitation centres, coming to the desks of people with professional background, but no background like an addict has. They couldn't really understand me. They sympathised, but they never really got it. I had tons of sentences I would get put on by the courts where I used to have to go and provide urine tests. And don't get me wrong, people, I could always stop, but never stay stopped. Now, I wrecked everything in my path. I wrecked everybody around me. And I dragged people down with me, my family, my loved ones, and it wasn't until I was really faced with a situation that I had to change and now that I've been able to do so, and today, I'm in the 19th month of my recovery with a 5-day relapse when I was faced with an unfortunate situation. And today I resemble somebody that has turned their life around beyond wildest expectations. I used to go to sleep on a night and just pray that one day I would get better, one day I would be able to live a normal life. And here I am, and them prayers and them thoughts of a normal life were nothing like I'm living. This living is unbelievable, I second question myself all the time, like I can't believe I've done this kind of thing, I've launched my own clothing brand, which is very successful. I work part-time in a drug rehabilitation centre helping other addicts, which is, is unbelievable. I'm now sponsored from a company that believe in me very much, on my journey, which is Sober You. Now, in the start of my recovery and how I believe I got to where I am today was the admittance I had a problem and I was an addict, I had to turn to my loved ones, and face the horrible feeling like when you express yourself that you're an addict, your life was uncontrollable. Everything is unmanageable and you can't seem to do things alone. I shared my problems and I shared my problem with another addict. Now, this addict went on to sponsor me and mentor me. And I learned in the initial part of my recovery a lot of my advice and, knowledge I've got today. And this guy was heavily involved in crack and heroin. And he's one of the most cleverest men I've ever met in my life. And I was of that mentality with this guy that if he can do it, then so can I. His life was far worse than mine had ever been. And, I've explained to you how bad my life was. But his life was worse than mine. And be engaging with him and, believing in him because he had done it. So why couldn't I? So I shared them problems. I expressed them problems to him on a day in, day out basis. And it's led me to be where I am today. Now, the point of me explaining a bit of a background about me, now we could go on all day, but I don't want to bore you, is this app I'm working with now. To be mentored by someone also costs a lot of money. There's plenty of people out there that are doing it. I don't know, I'm not going to mention any names, but I would question a lot of them if they're in it for the money or if they actually got any experience. Now, the technology inside Sober You is an AI assistant that is programmed to know the answers. Now, I've been working with this app for about 6-7 weeks before it was ever launched. I've tried to trick it. I've tried to ask all sorts of questions, try to catch it out. It's answered everything unbelievably. I would not put my name, you know, at this part of my career to anything that I don't believe is going to be sincere to people's recovery. I stand by this product. It's got a community built into it where you can talk to other addicts. If you don't want to, you don't have to. It will document your journey. It will learn more about you. You know, if you're struggling at that moment in time, you go on to that AI and you just ask it that question. Look, I'm struggling. What can I do? She will give you advice of what to do. If that doesn't work, she'll give you more advice. And, you know, it learns more. The more you talk to it, the more it learns about you and the cleverer it becomes. This technology is unbelievable. And for such an affordable price, it's nothing. You know, it's nothing. Now, I plead with people to come forward to me, you know, or comment below on this video. I have got a code that you can use that will get you percentage off this app. And, you know, I think it's just as little as £12.99 a month. Or you can take a year subscription, which works out cheaper. But I'm telling you, you need this assistant by your side. People like me can't be by your side throughout your journey. You know, you can watch as many of my videos as you wish, but, you know, it doesn't even matter if you're already a year's clean or you're just about to start your journey. No matter what your addiction is, be it porn, be it gambling, you know, crack, heroin, weed, whatever your addiction, it is irrelevant. Cigarettes, vapes, this will help you. This will guide you. This will support you. There is checking daily things to do. You've got your gratitude on there every single morning. You read through it. I can't sit and explain the whole app to you. I'm telling you it works. I'm telling you it will be the positive structure you need in your life today and every day going forward. This will get you clean and sober. And if it doesn't, this company are offering you a 3-month promise. If it doesn't get you clean and sober, they'll give you the money back. What have you got to lose, people? For a very small fraction in 3 months of what would cost half a gram, less than 40 quid. What are you waiting for? Sober You. Go onto the App Store. It's only on iPhone at the moment, on iOS. Inbox me. No matter where you're watching this, inbox me or comment below. Or my email address is up here. Email me if you want it to be private. And I will give you that code. I will drop that price down for you. Believe in me. If you watch my content, you'll know I'm sincere. Please, people, listen to what I'm saying. Pack it in, brother Johnny.